Hey, it's BrickTsar. His name is Tebow. And just like the real Tim Tebow, he no longer has a career in the NFL. Helmet off, it looks like that. And this is Doc Brown. He is the one that came up with the idea of the flux capacitor. Wrong set. But you pull it out. Just like in the movie. Boop, 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 boop. If you're going to spend $250 for a set, I think I'd rather spend $250 for this set than maybe even the Ultimate Collector's X-Wing fighter. What do you think? On May 12th, 2014, I did a video on this set here, the Ewok Village set 10236. I have no idea what I said in the video. It was over 10 years ago. I'm going to rewatch the video before I post this video. And so anyway, I did the video, then I put it away into this container right here at some point. Partially disassembled, just took it apart where it would fit in the container. And that's where it has sat for the last 10 and a half years. And so I see it. I mean, it's actually behind where the camera is. And it's like, okay, it's time to do something about it. So that's what this video is going to be about. So, hey, I'm Jabbo. Welcome to BrickTsar, your home for vintage Lego. One of my favorite YouTube channels is The History Guy. History is the subject in school that I hated until I became a senior, and then I loved it. And now I think history is something people need to know, because if you don't learn from history, you're bound to repeat it. And so I don't seem to learn. But the History Guy, he loves pirates, and this is don't all good stories involve pirates. This one might not involve pirates. Well, maybe in one way it involves pirates. So anyway, so first thing to do is take this set apart. So I took it upstairs and we watched Columbo and Vera. I think we went back and forth between those, and I was doing a few other things in between. It took all day to part out the set. When I say part, to disassemble the built set. And this is where the pirate part of this video comes in. Well, I had to do an inventory. So anyway, taking it apart piece by piece, because I wanted to do an inventory. And so when I do the inventory, I could find the part that's missing. But there was another problem in taking it apart, is this is from an era that I thought the reddish browns would break. Fortunately, I had no reddish browns break. I was tricked, though. It wasn't reddish brown, it was dark brown. So I had a few dark brown pieces break. And what was sad was that even after I realized the first one broke, I said, okay, I got to be careful on all the dark browns. I still got tricked. Like there would be a tile next to a slope piece and I would pull it off and not realize it was touching the tile. And that little bit of stress was enough to shatter a tip off of it. So I broke about 4 or 5 of the reddish brown parts. There was also a green flower element, but that was probably broken more because those parts are susceptible to improper storage techniques, what this one had. So I had those missing elements. So I knew I would need to replace those. But another problem I had, and this is where the pirate portion comes in, is I remember many years ago, I did something, but I don't remember exactly what it was. And that was I needed a piece. I can't remember what it was for. But I do remember I took a piece. I think it was a slope piece, but it was definitely from the Ewok Village. I thought it was reddish brown, but when I saw the dark brown one, I was like, did I have a dark brown piece broke? And I needed to get that to do another set for a video. So much time had gone by that I forgot what piece it was that I had stolen. And of course, the other problem you have is that with the natural melting of sets, pieces get missing. But this set pretty much has been in that container. In fact, I knew there were probably extra things in, and indeed there were extra things. In fact, one of them was set 9489. I got all of the pieces in here except for a Stormtrooper. It's 100% complete except for the one missing minifigure, and I'm pretty sure that minifigure either didn't get put in originally, or when my son-in-law was looking for stormtroopers, we took it out of there. So I got to find, and we had, it's the common stormtrooper from that era. But yeah, I would have a complete 9489. I know that was mixed in with it because it is also an episode 6, Star Wars episode 6 set. So yeah, it got mixed in with that. I also found Doc Brown. I knew there was a Doc Brown in there. I thought there might be others with that, but I think I threw that. I got to go back and rewatch my video. I think I would randomly put things in there just to make people like question things. And then there was also a frog, a green frog, and I had an extra bow and arrow, but it makes me wonder if it was actually supposed to be in there, like it was an extra piece. And so one of the dark brown pieces I broke was one of the big slopes, and I found one in my collection, but the Ewok village actually has the slopes that don't have, or they have the solid stud, not the open stud like this one. So what I did, I went through my inventory, got the broken pieces that I missed, and some of them were still not in my inventory, but I found some used ones in my collection because I had this bin of random odd colors, and dark brown used to be rare, and so I just happened to have that. So it ended up I needed one piece, and I said, oh, this is the piece I stole. It was a 2x4 reddish brown 45-degree slope. And I'm thinking, oh, that should be easy to find. So I did a reverse search on Bricklink. What sets have the reddish brown 2x4? And that piece it doesn't appear in too many sets. It only appeared, I think, in 26 sets. And I was like, surely I got one of those sets. And I did. One of them was another Star Wars set, which I know I have 2 copies of it. No, actually, what? I think I sold one of the copies. I may only have one. It was a Droid Escape set, I think was what it was. And then I found another set, and it was this one, this Batman set, which has been in my eBay store for the last few weeks. Put it in there when my company was on strike and I was trying to sell things. The price I had it for was actually less than the part out value of this set, but I didn't feel like parting the set out. Well, guess what? Now I feel like parting the set out. And you may be going, well, wouldn't it just make more sense to just wait and buy one from somebody? And yes, because I don't think it's an expensive piece. I haven't looked to see what the price is, because with it being in 26 sets, it's not rare. It's just not common in sets every day. So, yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 2x4 reddish brown slope out of this set and then part the rest of it out. I just got to remember when I do the inventory not to include it. But yeah, it's going to literally, probably about the 20th time on this channel, I've opened a set to get a single piece. I did it 4 times to get the Darth Maul, the one rare piece that's in the Darth Maul bus. Got opened 4 different sealed sets to get the one piece for that. And so I got everything, got the extra parts. I've accounted for everything now except for the Stormtrooper for this set and the reddish brown, which we are going to take out of there. And I got everything back in the container, but it's all in poly bags. And so now the thing to do is to go put it in the box. And I had to go look for the box. And fortunately, I found it. It was not easy to get to, but I don't have my boxes stored in any particular order, which I would recommend doing that. I would recommend having some semblance of order. But since it's a larger box, a lot of the large boxes are together, so that made it a little easier to find. I just had to look for I knew it was a bigger box. But one day I'm going to have to put these boxes in order. And I also needed to find the instructions, and when you know, it was in the front of a box, which was great, but it was in the front of the last box I looked in. Of course, it's always going to be the last box you looked in because you stop looking after you find it. But no, there weren't any more boxes to go through. And I was like, oh, there it is. So I got the instruction manual, got the box, got all the pieces, and I'm going to put this box back together. I'm going to put all the bagged parts back in there and then put it away. I thought about selling it. I got the bag of the broken elements here. But I think right now at this point, I'm going to wait and think about it. It definitely, and this is what makes it even more ridiculous to get the one piece out of this set, is because I'm thinking, oh, this is one of those sets. It's probably better for me to part it out into my Bricklink store. But I got most of the parts grouped by either color or part type in my little bags here. It is even used. It's like a $600 or $700 or more set, which would be way more than I could get selling it used. I mean, you could buy a sealed one for $600 or $700. So why not part it out? Even used, the parts, new, the parts are like $1,000 for this, but used, yeah, you're talking mainly it's the minifigures. You can sell the minifigures, but I think I'm going to just think about it. This is one of those, I don't want to have the regret of selling it. And I know this is something that is on people's wanted lists. And it is 100, well, if I did the inventory correctly. So I printed out the inventory, 19 pages. I wasted 19 pieces of paper to do this. And it's got all the stickers. There's 3 stickers on their elements. And if this inventory is correct, then it has all of the parts, except for, well, I check back, except for the extra elements, like the little slopes, the 1x1 cheese slopes and 1x1 round and things like that. It doesn't have those, just enough parts to build the set. Wow. Yeah, I can't sell it. I got to keep this for now. But it's going to free up some space because I'm going to free up this container. I'm going to have everything stored in the box. And I got to go back and see what I said in that video. But yeah, so that's my story of how I stole a piece from a set years ago and had to go through all this trouble watching 3 episodes of Columbo and 2 episodes of Vera to figure it out. And I wish Bethany hadn't have left Vera. But sometimes people got to go to bigger and better careers. I like the you get attached to characters, or you like characters, you like the dynamic. I tell you why I like Vera, the show Vera, is because even though they speak that in an accent that I'm not used to hearing around here in the States, the conversation sounds natural. I can't stand watching a TV show and the conversation's not natural. Like, who would say that in a million years? Oh, wait a minute. You've probably been watching my channel. I never know what I'm going to say. Got everything in the box. So here's a question. If you have built the Ewok village, did it come with 2 bow and arrows or 3? Let me know. And by the way, this took all day to do. And so piecing together a set and trying to make money selling it, that's a... Now you know why stuff costs so much at Bricks and Minifigs. This is not sponsored by Bricks and Minifigs, nor have I ever shopped at a Bricks and Minifigs, but the amount of hours I spent just in verifying the inventory is crazy. So I just thought I'd throw that in there. A 2,000 piece set, trying to make sure all the parts, you have to pay somebody an entire day's salary to do that. Oh, it looks good as new.